Hey guys, welcome to another exciting episode. Actually, you're not even. What's going on here? Let me see what's going on. All right, let me get this fixed and then we can get started. What I'm gonna do today, I've been getting a lot of questions about raid loadouts, what to look for. I did a raid loadout for mine, or my raid loadout on Road on Bateman's channel, Road Gaming. When I was over there, but now I'm going to do one here since people are seeing me here now, and you know, they're asking. I don't really normally do content videos, but they asked for it. I'm going to do it. People are looking, excuse me, people are looking for good suggestions on what a good raid loadout would be. So this is my raid loadout. This does not necessarily mean it's the best. Other people will have their preferences of what they want to run, and more power to you. Run whatever is most comfortable in your hands. I play on PC and on PlayStation, Xbox. I use a controller. It turns out, what's going on, Clutch? Welcome to the stream. I use a controller. A lot of people, on the PC world, kind of make fun of that because they're used to the mouse and keyboard. I have no idea how to work those. So, for me, what works best for me is the controller. And that's the same thing for you or whoever's playing with their raid loadout. So let's just get started and take a look at what I got. This is my PC raid loadout. It's very similar to my raid loadout that I use for the other consoles, except that the Commissar code I accidentally deleted on PlayStation and have not gotten another one yet. So that's a major difference. But the Goblin and the 5.53 are my weapons of choice. I have the 5.7 just as a backup because it is 5.56 ammo, meaning that I only have 2 ammo pools to fill. Whenever you're picking up ammo, it's going to fill up whatever you're carrying. So if I had a 9mm or a 45 or whatever other weapon, a third of the ammo that I'd be picking up would be for that. In this case, I'm just picking up 5.56 and the 7.62, which is what the Goblin's using. Another important thing is that the Goblin and the 5.53, which are my primary battle weapons for the raid, are different ammo, so they are not sharing a pool. Basically, if I had 2 weapons that were 5.56 and I'm using the 5.53 and I use up all the ammo and I switch over to something else that's a 5.56, guess what? Got no ammo other than what's in the magazine. So you want to make sure that your ammunition is different calibers. So I'm just kind of starting here. The Goblin. The Goblin is probably the greatest gun in game for the raid because of that plus 30 damage to drones. The vast majority of all the bosses that you're going to be facing are drones. There's drones all throughout the island. So this is a good one for the raid. As far as my build for that one, and again, this is what works for me. Everybody's got their preferences. So I'll just go into edit and gunsmith. I've got the extended magazine, the 50 round mag. That's the largest one you can put on, so that's what I'm rocking. I rock the suppressor just because you need to go quiet sometimes, so I can pull that off whenever I don't want the reduction in damage. But I have it on. The ATPIAL laser pointer. To me, this has the best combination of perks for it. So I rock it. Again, my choice. I like this sight only because I have this sight in real life, and I think it's cool. So I use this sight for that reason only in game. I like that you have a red dot, but you also have the 3 times magnifier, so it gives you almost like a little mini scope. But like I said, I've got it in real life, so that's kind of something, I don't know. Other sights work just as good. I've used the regular red dot sights. I've used some of the others, the digital scopes are nice. It's got a kind of a multi-zoom thing. But like I said, personal preference. I got it, so I use it. You have this foregrip on my a weapon, and so I use this one. Is this the best? Nah, there's some that actually have a little bit better perks on it, but I just like the look of it, and I own it, so I just kind of go with what you know. But that's what I have on the Coblin. That's my loadout for the Coblin. For the 5.53 now, the 5.53, I've the reason I use the 5.53 is because of the 100 round magazine. Evie with the MK14 assault. She loves those MK14 assaults, and I've used them before. She's a better shooter than me, so she's much more accurate than me, I guess, because I can't seem to manage the recoil. But at any rate, what I've got here is I've got the 5.53. I have used the M4A1, but I just like on PC it doesn't. I mean, they're pretty much interchangeable. I feel like on PlayStation and on Xbox consoles, that the slower cycle rate, I do better damage, because they are not, in my opinion, and I think it's obvious in watching the videos that we are not getting the same hit detection on console. I play with some of the best players on console, on PS4, and it takes me a lot longer to kill bosses with some of the best players out there on console than it does for me to play with other people, just not randoms, but less experienced players on PC. Sorry, I lost the word. But the role that I have on this one is and this is an important part of these guns, whether it be the M4A1 or the 5.53. The role for me that really sets this thing apart is the damage to drones with that reload speed. The handling on the 5.53 is better than the M4A1, probably because of its its cycle rate. It doesn't shoot as fast, so I don't need to waste one of those perks on handling. I can put it into reload speed, and that's going to put this weapon into the same kind of reload speed range as the Coblin. So very fast reload with 100 rounds. So, and it's very steady, very, very stable weapon. And again, the 5.7 is just because it's got 5.56 ammo. That's the reason I have it. It's a 300 place filler. As far as other gear, I'm looking for things with injury resistance, health regen speed, things like that are going to help pick me up faster, or if I do take some damage, or help reduce the damage that I'm taking. I like these gloves, the Arctic gloves. I've not gotten these on PC at 300 yet, but I'm willing to sacrifice a couple of points because it doesn't really make that much of a difference, because it's not only that damage to drones, which is so important in the raid, but that extra handling. So that's going to make my rapid fire much more accurate. The Commissar coat, maximum ammo, 40% max ammo. That's huge. That's going to bump you from, like in my case, if I change to a different vest, that's going to give me more, whatever. I'm going to go from 650 rounds down to 440. So that's significant. So, this is a big deal, and I was really disappointed. As soon as I deleted it on PlayStation 4, I was like, oh, dang. So I'm looking for one. If you got an extra one on PlayStation, shoot it over to me. I really appreciate it. As far as the pants, again, I got maximum ammo and some health regen speed. These are interchangeable. I don't really, I don't ever change my gear, so I just kind of look for things that have general stuff that I'm looking for. And then, again, some health regen speed. I don't really care about the technique cooldown. I use my technique in some of the boss fights. I don't usually use it again in between. But it's not. I know there's some glitches that goes on out there where people are loading everything up they can with the technique cooldown so that they can get their technique back as quickly as possible, so that they can use things like the armor piercing rounds for the sharpshooter class. I don't. That's not how I play. I want to do boss mechanics. I want to, beat the game as quickly as possible, but having to go through the process. I'm not looking for shortcuts other than the choppers and not picking up all the intel that's not really needed. But I'm not looking for shortcuts in boss fights, and I'm not looking for shortcuts in, by breaking the mechanics of the game. So as far as perks that I run, ballistic advantage, more handling, gives me a little bit more range. I don't really care about the range because there's nothing that's huge. I mean, in the raid, I'm not taking any long sniper shots. You can see I don't have any sniper. I don't have any sniper rifles or even DMRs equipped. Obviously, I could change to one, but I'm not taking that long of shots that I can't reach out and get them with that 5.53. It does a pretty good job. I use sensor hat because of the extra damage to drones and the drone evasion. Now in boss fights, of course, they know where you're at, but it helps some whenever you're out in the world. And verse fourth, I want that movement speed because some of the boss fights you got to get between spots as quickly as possible. So that is my loadout for raiding. As far as you want to make sure that you've got your EMP grenades marked. I'm out of them right now because I just ran a raid a little while ago, but the Mark IIs and the Mark IIIs are really important to have those ready, and because you're going to use those for supercomputer. I use a lot of sync shot drones, so that's something I always keep loaded up and ready to go. And then down here I use the Mark I, Mark II syringes because some of those boss fights you take some hits, or someone doesn't pick up their boss at Cerberus fast enough. You might take a sniper shot that you weren't expecting from across. So have those ready so that you can heal up quickly. Now they did nerf those. They used to be really quick, where you'd hit them, and especially the green ones, the Mark IIs, you'd hit them and you just instantly had the points. That 200% health restore would be immediately, so immediately fill you up. Now it takes a little bit more time to get it out and fumble with it, and so don't wait till the last second to hit those guys because you're in for a rude awakening. I do want to point out that these say 100% health restore, and that's another thing. Is this is 100%? This says 200%, but in game, it does not fill you up 100%. It fills you up some, and this fills you up some more, but not those percentages. So that's my loadout. Again, it's gonna, what's most comfortable in your hands is up to you. People ask me what I'm running, so this is it. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to shoot them to me either here on RobC7622 Gaming, or you can find me on Day Zero Gaming's Discord, or Mayor Barzini's Discord, or the Sneaky Intel server Discord, or Roadtab Gaming Discord. Actually, we have a new Discord that we're just launching. So if you got any questions, feel free to ask. I'm always available. I might even answer. So thanks for viewing, guys. Just a little quick video. Thanks for everybody that joined in. Appreciate you guys stopping by to see us. I know that we are going to be running a raid in just a little bit with Nate when he gets home from work, and Evie and Bateman, and it might even be going for some kind of speed run record because it's a good week for it. So stay tuned, and we will be back whenever Nate gets home from work.